Connor's even going to say it right here. You could just say you misspoke and move on. But no, he keeps doubling down.
Connor's point.
No. There was a big debate on Wick's channel with like Destiny and Connor versus Econoboy and Pisco, and it had something to do with like who should we support more, Hassan type lefty socialist or Trump people. And I think Pisco and Econoboy are on the side of the socialist, and Destiny and Connor are on the other side. But apparently, I saw one clip for Pisco that was absolutely brutal. We'll see what this one is.
They won't wear the, they just won't have the, they won't. I don't think that she would like that. I don't think she would like that.
Wait, Stephen, what would it take for me to show you that she's not a Marxist?
You understand that right now when both of you, right now when both of you have staked your reputation now on this question that's publicly said, there's no real thing I could give you right now, right? You understand? You understand that both of you are literally incentivized to.
What evidence would it take to convince you otherwise? That's a simple question. You can say nothing. Nothing will convince me otherwise. You can say it.
Unless she has like genuinely changed her political beliefs over time.
Will anything change your mind about that position?
I'm
yes
sure.
Or no?
If there was like a debate that she had like 2 months ago and somebody linked me and she was like, oh no, like I don't think that like these ideas are necessarily good or whatever. Then they'd be like, oh shit, maybe she changed her beliefs.
So we'll go through the receipts of what Trader Rate said, and if a thorough search of her records or of her fucking public statements doesn't say anything about a violent revolution,
look for the clips, go search.
Doesn't say anything about a violent revolution. Will you retract your statement? If a thorough search of her records, will you retract this claim that you just made?
If she, hold on, I submit. Okay, here we go. We were linked this. I submit this to the chat. Go, play it, Wick. Play it down for us.
Give me a second.
Let me. Damn, we got to look up clips and shit.
Receipts.
I guess, yeah, we have to have every single quote on board. I guess for every single.
You substantiate that? You have a study?
Share your screen.
No,
disagreement.
I'm not.
Okay, so you're not a socialist.
No, I'm not a socialist.
Okay,
I'm a communist. That's why it says commie.
Oh,
I'm not a socialist. I'm a communist.
I can't tell.
What's the
difference?
Explain to it.
I actually feel like mainstream people who call themselves socialists are actually communists, but they're too scared to say that they're communists, so they call themselves a socialist because right now that's kind of like where the cultural zeitgeist is permissible of.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're good. Okay, I'm good on that. I'm good on that one. I'm good. I'm ready for a Pisco to soy out for the next 5 minutes.
Hold on. I have to stop.
That's great. That's absolutely fucking great. Yep, that nails Pisco to a fucking T. Wait, answer yes or no. Answer yes or no. Yes or no. Hypothetically, if words are coded and when she says communist, she means something else because she has a code when she's talking to Sitch and Adam, then that wouldn't mean she's a communist, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is that hypothetically true? Is that hypothetically true? Yes or no? You tell me right now. Yes or no? Why can't you answer yes or no? It's not falsifiable. Answer yes or no. You love to see it. Here's the other one I saw that this is funny. This is classic Pisco. This is what it's like to fucking debate him. Ready? Listen to this shit. Again, I don't really give a fuck about this, the topic of the debate. All these characters, Straighter Aid and this person. I don't fucking know them. I don't care.
Give us one example, therefore. Give us one example of a socialist policy. Go.
Making food, water, and shelter available to human beings at the point of service for free.
So you think so? Why is that socialist, but doing the same thing with health insurance isn't? And it's because one is basic human needs.
Because I'm going based on because I'm going off of the fucking definitions of shit. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so healthcare is not a basic human need, but food is.
All you're arguing is that healthcare is.
I'm asking a question. I'm actually asking you a question. Is food more of a human need than healthcare is, as you're seeing it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So I think that's cooked. I think that's fucking cooked and arbitrary.
Wait, I gotta ask because this is back there. Wait. I need to know. Hold on.
Everybody needs healthcare.
Do you think that healthcare is as important as food?
No, I think food is more important than healthcare.
Okay, so you agreed with Connor there. I don't know why you just said Connor was
cooked.
No.
Wait. You're cooked in that I would consider. I think most people consider in basic human necessity need healthcare as well as food. Not that food is more.
You
important
asked him which was more important, didn't you? Did I miss that? Hold on. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm appealing to the moderator. Did he ask which one was more important, or did he say we're both important?
He asked which is more important.
Thank you. Okay, he did. So you just totally mischaracterized Connor's point.
No.
You did.
Is it more in the sense of is it more of a basic? Is it more of a basic human necessity in the sense that it's a separate category of thing? That there are separate categories that food is a basic human necessity in a way that
you don't need to cope. You can just
hold on. Also, it doesn't. Hold on. Wait. Just to be clear, because you're trying to bail yourself out. It doesn't make sense what you just said. Is something more of this in a category, or is it just in the category? Those are two.
No, it makes sense.
Is a Ford Focus more of a car than a Honda Civic is a car? That doesn't make any fucking sense. No, he tried to catch Connor. He fucked up. He realized what he said was fucking retarded. And I'm trying to walk it back with the word game. That's what's happening right now.
This is all weaselness.
It's a word game. It's a word game.
This is all weaselness.
It is weaselness. We agree with that. We all agree on that.
So
now I want you to hear Pisco's defense, and then we'll go back and hear what Pisco said. Listen.
Necessity, need, healthcare, as well as food. Not that food is more.
Connor, I don't know why you just said Connor was
cooked.
No.
You're cooked in that I would consider, I think most people consider in basic human necessity, need, healthcare, as well as food. Not that food is more
you
important.
You asked him which was more important, didn't you? Did I miss that? Hold on, wait. I'm sorry, I'm appealing to the moderator. Did he ask which one was more important, or did he say we're both important?
He asked which is more important.
Thank you. Okay, he did. So you just totally mischaracterized Connor's point.
No.
You did.
Is it more in the sense of, is it more of a basic? Is it more of a basic human necessity in the sense that it's a separate category of thing that they're...
Okay, that's what he said. He said, oh, no. I asked him if it's a separate category of thing. That was his claim. Now let's go back. And by the way, I'm listening at 1.25 speed. No, it's not too fast. Now let's go back and hear what he said.
Of a socialist policy, go.
Making food, water, and shelter available to human beings at the point of service for free.
So you think, so why is that socialist, but doing the same thing with health insurance isn't? And it's because one is basic human needs?
Because I'm going based on, because I'm going off of the fucking definitions of shit. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so healthcare is not a basic human need, but food is.
All you're arguing is that healthcare is.
I'm asking a question. I'm actually asking you a question. Is food more of a human need than healthcare is, as you're seeing it?
Let's repeat this. Ready?
Asking you a question. Is food more of a human need than healthcare is, as you're seeing it?
Is food more of a human need than healthcare, as you see it? Let's play that one more time.
Question. Is food more of a human need than healthcare is, as you're seeing it?
I didn't hear him say shit all about, these categories and it's about categories. No, Connor made the obvious point. Yes, food is more of a need than healthcare. Yes, it's more of a human need. That's not controversial to say. Here's how I know. I know plenty of people without healthcare. They could live for years. I myself never went to the doctor for 15 years. I had insurance, but I didn't use it. Had I not had the insurance, I still would have been able to live for 15 years. Now, I might be a big fat guy, and I might be able to go a long time without food because of these big fat reservoirs. But I don't think I could go 15 years. So why would it be controversial? I've said this for years. You wanna know how I know that food and water is more important than healthcare? Here's how I know. Because I personally know people in my life who I love that instead of going out and purchasing healthcare, which they could have done, they had season tickets to baseball games. They'd go to football games to see the Pittsburgh Steelers. They had Xboxes, PlayStations, computers. They'd go out to eat all the time. Why? If they didn't have food, they weren't going to the fucking Steeler game. They would get food. If they didn't have water, they weren't going to the Steeler game. They would do what they could to purchase water. But no, not with healthcare. Now, you could say healthcare is a human right, but my argument is it doesn't seem that way. Because if right now, if we said, hey, the government said, here's $30,000 to every person in the country, $30,000, now buy healthcare with that to last you for a year or two. How many people would say, well, do I have to? What if I want to go to the Beyonce concert? What if I want to go on vacation? How many people took their stimmy checks that were designed for, oh my gosh, people are struggling to survive and blew it on frivolous shit? Now again, we could argue whether or not healthcare is a human right, but to claim that it's on par with food or water is fucking ridiculous. So the idea that Connor's making a point, by the way, I'm no fan of anyone in that debate necessarily politically. Some of them I don't mind as people. But Connor makes quite the reasonable point. There is a difference between food and healthcare. Yes, food is more important. You could live without healthcare. You can't live without food. It's that simple. It is not for Pisco to be like, oh, that's fucking cooked. That's cooked. That's arbitrary. No, that's reality. And for you to then get called out by Destiny, like, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't think food's more important? Yeah, food's more important. Okay, then why are you saying that's cooked? No, that's not what I said. That's the deal with Pisco. That's the criticism. And I know, I see people like Destiny fans that would come in and watch me once in a while that have always cheered for Pisco if he's debating me. Now that they see Destiny debating Pisco, they're like, I saw Michael Hatch saying, something's been off with him lately. No, it's always been there. You guys just didn't see it because he was your boy Destiny's sidekick. Pisco can't take an L on anything, no matter how benign. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I misspoke. No big deal. That's why, if you followed me for a while, I talked about the importance of this Jamal Bowman story. Everybody got tired of me talking about it, but you have to understand, my favorite person to talk to was Pisco. He was my favorite person because he would get into the weeds with shit like these Tulsi files with me. Loved it. I wanted to hear a different perspective of someone that had the opposite opinion of me to help strengthen my argument. And sometimes to help me realize, like, oh, okay, I didn't see it that way. Fair enough. I'll give you an example. One of the things that I learned debating Pisco, which I did not know, was Paul Gambetta. He was the guy who deleted subpoenaed evidence, the IT guy that worked for Hillary's team that deleted subpoenaed evidence. He apparently had an oh shit moment and remembered a conversation he had 6 months ago that he was supposed to delete shit, but forgot to delete it until he was given a lawful subpoena to comply with by Congress, then decided to commit a felony by deleting that shit because he just remembered the previous 6 months ago conversation he had. A crime, blatantly, but one part of that story that I used to talk about a lot, and I have not talked about for the past year and a half. Paul Gambetta was a man by the name of Stone Tier on Reddit. That was his handle. And Stone Tier, that we found out was Paul Gambetta, put a thread on Reddit that said, I'm looking to delete a very VIP's name off of some email chains. Now that's pretty fucking damning. In other words, he's probably talking about Hillary Clinton. He wants to just remove her name so that when the government searches it, it doesn't look like she was on the email chains, therefore she can't get in trouble. But when he can't figure it out, he just wipes the whole thing with bleach bit. Looks pretty damning, right? Only, Pisco informed me, and it looked into it and it tended to be true, that the problem was that Hillary had changed email addresses. And the problem was that it sort of changed automatically using whatever server she was using, Gmail or whatever. It automatically changed to her new address on these old forms. And she didn't want her new address being disclosed with all these forms. So they just wanted to cover up the new address and have the old address be there as a placeholder. Now that might or might not be true, but it certainly cuts against the damning part of the evidence that I discussed. So I stopped talking about that. I probably would not have been aware with that had I not been debating someone that's trying to strongly push back on me. That's the type of reasons that I like debating Pisco. I took the L. I was like, oh, okay. Shit, yeah. That's actually I thought that there was no good explanation. That's a fucking explanation. But then I'm debating Pisco on things like Jamal Bowman. Simple. Dude pulls a fucking fire alarm during Republicans voting for something. Clearly, the Democrats want a delay. He pulls the fire alarm, causes some sort of minor delay. Now, we were reliably told after January 6th that obstructing official proceedings was a huge deal. Here we go. A Democrat politician just did exactly that. So, lock him up, right? No, he doesn't get locked up. Instead, he says, oh, I thought I had to pull the fire alarm to get out the door. This dude was a fucking school principal that did fire drills. And that's his claim. Laughable. Absolutely laughable. Me and Pisco argued about it. I made fun of him. Whatever. No big deal. About 2 weeks later, he brings it up again. I'll never forget. It was the first movie I ever took my son to. So I don't have my phone on for like 2 hours. I go out, we go out and eat, I check my phone, I check on X. Pisco's talking shit on me and X. Bringing back up the Bowman shit. He's bringing it up to me. I let it go. It just so happened, hours later, they released the footage of Jamal Bowman that showed that he was full of shit, that he barely tried to get out the door, he blatantly pulled the fire alarm. Now, Pisco had said for years, if you lie materially to investigators, that's a crime that we should charge. That's, after all, he has to say that because he's supporting the charges against Flynn and Papadopoulos and Manafort and Cohen and Roger Stone. So lying to investigators, which was basically all they could charge most of them for, that's a very big deal. So here we have Jamal Bowman. Now, in an effort to seem reasonable on X previous to this, Pisco's arguing against lefties, saying maybe Bowman didn't know that pulling the alarm would trigger the alarm. And Pisco's like, that's fucking ridiculous. He knew that. So once all the evidence is released, open and shut case. Let's do a syllogism, shall we? Premise 1. Lying to investigators materially about a case is a serious deal that should be charged. Premise 2. Jamal Bowman absolutely knew when he pulled the alarm that the alarm would go off. Premise 3. Jamal Bowman told law enforcement that he did not intend for an alarm to go off when he pulled it. Therefore, conclusion, according to Pisco, Jamal Bowman lied to law enforcement in a material way which he should be charged for. Open and shut. Now, why does Jamal Bowman matter to Pisco? If it was me, I'd say, fair enough, the dude fucking lied, throw him in jail. Yep, of course, he can't say that because he knows in his debates with me that I'm talking about a double standard of law enforcement and how they go after people connected to Trump versus how they go after people like Jamal Bowman. So, he has to come up with the following excuse. Well, although it is true that lying materially would be a big deal, and though it is true that I believe Bowman absolutely knew that that alarm would go off, I think that when he told law enforcement he didn't intend for an alarm to go off, what he really meant was he did intend for an alarm to go off. And that was it. That was the moment I realized, like, oh, this guy's a sack of shit. He's as bad faith as it comes. That's it. Why even have a conversation with that guy anymore? I still do from time to time, but you saw the last one I had with him. When you corner him in showing that something's ridiculous, hey, Pisco, the court in Colorado cited a bunch of evidence of Trump engaging in or inciting an insurrection. Can you tell me what that was? Oh, they cited a bunch of tweets and quotes that he made saying to fight. Okay, let's look at this one particularly, when it said basically Mitch McConnell needs to fight. Do you think that was Trump literally telling Mitch McConnell to throw punches at people? Or do you think that was him colloquially speaking like politicians always do, saying, we need to fight, we need to get our agenda passed? Does anyone remember Pisco's response? I said, can you think of a hypothetical? Because at first he was like, well, that wasn't the only reason. That's just evidence to buttress it. I said, how does that buttress the claim? It's 100% nothing to do with literally calling for physical violence. And to the contrary, if they say, this is included as calls to incitement, then that makes me question all of the other examples that they're citing. If you put one piece of bullshit evidence in there, why should I trust the rest of your evidence? You know what Pisco says? What if Trump had a secret code? And so then when he's using words, they don't mean what the rest of us think they mean. It's really a code. So in that world, then yes, this could have been a literal call to violence. What's the sense of talking to that guy? What's the sense? Suppose so. So then by the end of the debate, I just start doing the same thing. How do I know that the words you're using aren't a code? How do I know that? How can we have a conversation? Perhaps everything you're saying is coded language. So how can I know? And he's like, oh, fucking cope. Cope? That's what you fucking did. I was just trying to set, fuck you. That's the type of shit that he does. That's it. You just saw it there with Desi. Play it again. This is what happened. Why would this matter? In the grander context of what they're talking about in this debate, why does this fucking point matter? And give Connor credit. He even says it. He's like, dude, just say you misspoke and move on. Not a big deal. But no, Pisco can't do it. He has to act like
give us one example.
Like a fucking arrogant prick. And these are people that at least formerly were his friends. But here we go.
Therefore, give us one example of a socialist policy. Go.
Making food, water, and shelter available to human beings at the point of service for free.
So you think so? Why is that socialist, but doing the same thing with health insurance isn't? And it's because one is basic human needs.
Because I'm going based on because I'm going off of the fucking definitions of shit. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so healthcare is not a basic human need, but food is.
All you're arguing is that healthcare is.
I'm asking a question. I'm actually asking you a question. Is food more of a human need than healthcare is, as you're seeing it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So I think that's cooked. I think that's fucking cooked and arbitrary.
Wait, I gotta ask because this is back there. Wait. I need to know. Hold on.
Everybody needs healthcare.
Do you think that healthcare is as important as food?
No, I think food is more important than healthcare.
Okay, so you agreed with Connor there. I don't know why you just said Connor was
cooked. No. Wait. You're
Yes, you did.
cooked in that I would consider, I think most people consider in basic human necessity need healthcare as well as food. Not that food is more important.
You asked him which was more important, didn't you? Did I miss that? Hold on, wait. I'm sorry. I'm appealing to the moderator.
The specific question was, do you think food's more important than healthcare?
Did he ask which one was more important, or did he say we're both important?
He asked which is more important.
Thank you. Okay, he did. So you just totally mischaracterized Connor's point.
No.
You did.
Is it more in the sense of, is it more of a...
Now, Connor's even going to say it right here. You could just say you misspoke and move on. But no, he keeps fucking doubling down.
Connor's point.
No.
You did.
Is it more in the sense of, is it more of a basic, is it more of a basic human necessity in the sense that it's a separate category of thing, that there are separate categories that,
That's not what he said. That's not remotely close. He said, do you think food's more important to humans, more important than healthcare? Yes.
Food is a basic human necessity in a way that
You don't need to cope. You can just
hold on. Also, it doesn't. Hold on. Wait. Just to be clear, because you're trying to bail yourself out. It doesn't make sense what you just said. Is something more of this in a category, or is it just in the category? Those are two.
No, it makes sense.
Is a Ford Focus more of a car than a Honda Civic is a car? That doesn't make any fucking sense. No, he tried to catch Connor. He fucked up. He realized what he said was fucking retarded. And I'm trying to walk it back with the word game. That's what's happening right now.
This is all weaselness.
It's a word game. This is a word game.
This is all weaselness.
It is weaselness. We agree with that.
That's it. That's Pisco in a nutshell. That's what it's like to debate him. That's it. On everything. It's like fucking pulling teeth. Anything. Any little thing. Why would it matter to just be like, okay, you're right. Food's more important. I misspoke. What I meant was, do you think it's so much more important that we consider one a human need and the other not? See? How hard would that have been? How hard would that have been? So what? You fucking misspoke. Pisco's whole fucking shtick with me is Rob one time said that he never called Black Lives Matter an insurrection. But we've gone through hundreds of hours of his shit, and we found 4 examples where he called the Chaz Zone an insurrection twice, and he quoted Brett Weinstein saying there was an insurrection on a college campus. And I was like, yeah, you're right, you got me. Okay. I was wrong. Doesn't materially change what I was really saying, but yeah, you're right. Wow. Hours and hours of research they apparently did just have me be like, okay, yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, fucking bait. It's like, yeah, Pisco, normal people are able to admit, sure, I said something. He can't do it. He can't fucking do it. He cannot. Now, in many ways, I think Pisco is actually very intelligent on some topics and actually a reasonably good debater. But he's so fucking bad faith and such a sack of shit. And he's also like, and again, I like Pisco, don't get me wrong. As a person, I don't wish ill upon him. But it's just infuriating to me that he like adopts this persona. Like, you watch how he handles himself in some of these debates and on X. Where he'll be like, hey, Dave Portnoy, you fucking sack of shit. Why you running, you motherfucking coward? Yeah, that's what I fucking thought, you fucking loser. And it's like, what are you trying to accomplish here? Wow, you showed him. Call him a motherfucker on X. Woo! And it's like, okay, you understand that if people are calling you names first and then you call them back and it like gradually escalates. But with Pisco, it's always like this. Hey, would you be interested in having a debate? Okay, motherfucker, you're scared, Bubba. What? Then it's just everything about him, it just reeks of fucking sliminess. Every time he puts a post, the first thing he does immediately is repost his own post. Then if you have a big, long conversation with him in X, he used to do this all the time. Instead of just responding to your claim, he'll repost it as a separate post so that his audience is more likely to see his post than the person he's responding to.